Well, one movie certainly has not destroyed its brand. Marvel films, Star Wars films, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That film came out, Mutant Mayhem, and has absolutely reignited the franchise sales. Crazy. Genuinely crazy. Now, look, I haven't seen the film. I got no interest in the film. I don't particularly care about seeing the film. I was making a concerted effort to see as many new movies as possible, but it's just not my cup of tea. The animation, I just don't like it. I'm not going to lie. So I haven't seen it. However, it's a film which has absolutely undoubtedly smashed the franchise for the positive. And it is funny as well, because this is an example of where a film, a toy franchise and a film franchise aligns. Symbiosis, one might say. It's the equilibrium. We've nailed it. Whereas Star Wars, Marvel, all those products, unfortunately, a movie comes out, starts to tank the toy sales, which is very, very funny. So this is a prime example of where it works. Whether you agree or disagree, that's your opinion, I guess, in respect to whether it should work, because the film, in your opinion, is either garbage or successful. But it has worked. So quite staggering sums of money as well. And I will find it interesting if and when they release figures for Barbie, because Barbie in the movie itself does actually denigrate the toys. So I don't know whether that'll have the same crossover effect, but it'll be fascinating to see, just as a thought experiment, just to see a case study, whether it has any knock-on effect at all. But this is great. You can't deny this. Cowabunga, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise reignited with $1 billion plus global retail sales for 2023. That's amazing. That's amazing. We talk about movies as blockbusters. A movie can be a blockbuster in another way, a way which is often overlooked, and is and can be a detriment in another way which is often overlooked. And this is why it's important to do videos like this, even as a movie reviewer and a movie commentator, is that this is the other element of the film franchise business, or the film business, the Hollywood business, and that model in general, is that merchandise is huge. It can make or break a property. We often wonder why, Legendary keeps making the MonsterVerse movies, because their box office, you look at the box office and you're like, it's not great, despite, Warner Brothers saying that they liked it and Legendary keep making them. There's clearly something in it. Well, why? The merchandise is huge. Now, obviously, if that then declines on top of box office, then you've got a problem, which is what Marvel and Star Wars has had. But yeah, it's important to do videos like this because it paints a broader picture, the whole picture. Not the entire picture. I'm not Bob Ross, for God's sake. But anyway, thumbs up if you get that reference. Kids will not. So exclusive, with the new animated version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, Paramount has vibrantly revived the 40-year-old Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird conceived comic IP for another generation. So as the pick barrels towards $100 million at the global box office, which again, $100 million is terrible. I mean, it's not great, is it? Like, no one's going to sit there and go, yeah, $100 million. I mean, I would. If you want to give me $100 million, please. But for a movie, it's not great. It's not gangbusters. But why is it so good? Well, because $100 million at the box office has also correlated towards $1 billion in retail sales. Which is madness. So Deadline hears from sources that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles brand is heading towards $1 billion plus in global retail sales. And that's for 2023 year to date alone. That's just to date. Well, you've got Christmas coming up. Big bucks. They've absolutely smashed it out of the park. They really have. It says, as Deadline told you, the launch of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle reps a big win for the Brian Robbins-led Paramount Pictures studio as he builds out and breathes new life into franchises. So since 2012, and not including 2023, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles global merchandise sales have amassed $8 billion since 2012. only $8 billion. I mean, if it's already done $1 billion year to date 2023, and the movie's only been out for what, a couple of weeks now, 2 weeks, that's amazing. That's incredible. So this was accomplished during Paramount's ownership of the TMNT IP that they acquired in 2009. So Paramount transitioned the Turtles business from predominantly collectors to mass retail. And Natch, don't know what Natch is. The latest reboot has catapulted demand from TMNT fans and partners alike. In the US and Canada alone, industry projections think Mutant Mayhem, a co-production with Nickelodeon and Seth Rogen's Point Grey, could exceed $110 million. So that's just in US and Canada, $110 million. So, I mean, if it gets there, great. But here's the big thing. Paramount Consumer Products' Turtles theatrical program was its most ambitious yet, counting north of 400 licensees for the film and 1,100 total for the franchise. Among those platinum licensees with Turtle merchandise tied to Mutant Mayhem were Playmates, Hasbro, Mattel, Crayola, Funko, Crocs, General Mills, and more. Their products hit the global store shelves of Walmart, Target, Amazon, Macy's, Kroger, Kohl's, Primark, Smith's, The Entertainer, Soriana, Big W, Iden, Toys R Us, Mercado Libre, and others. That is staggering. So in addition to action figures, the Mutant Mayhem product range also included Build-A-Bear. So in sum, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles products are available in more than 550 retailers, totaling 40,000 retail doors in more than 220 markets. That is insane. They've really smashed it with this. They really have. Absolutely crazy. There was a promotional partner campaign worth $100 million in media value for a myriad of brand partners, 3 billion impressions. This is how they did it. And this is the hilarious thing, guys. This is how you do it right. I mean, they even partnered with Pizza Hut. Obviously. Like, of course you should do that. But this is where brand IP, film, and merchandise works. This is a huge success story. Again, like, it's not my cup of tea. I think the movie looks like garbage, personally. I would... It's going to give me a brain aneurysm watching that animation. It's awful for my eyes. Horrible stuff. But if you like it, great. But from a business perspective, this is insanely good. And again, it highlights when it works, and when it doesn't, it's an epic failure. A la Star Wars, Marvel. All those products are on discount everywhere you go. Dead brand. This reignited crazy stuff. So I thought you'd find this interesting. As a movie commentator, this is the other element of it, because it goes to show, I mean, they will make a sequel to this. This is, they're making more. Like, of course they're going to. Absolutely they're going to now. Like, you wouldn't, there'd be probably a TV series off the back end of this if one's not already announced. Mark my words. $1 billion in global sales already? That's insane. I'll be surprised if it doesn't hit 2 billion this year. Christmas coming up? Mate. Madness. Hit subscribe if you're new here. Leave your thoughts down below. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.